Hey guys, welcome to my motoring. My name is Nez. Now today we're going to do a video with my Z4, and in particular we're going to do a 2-year celebration that I've now had this car. So here is my ownership experience so far and things to look out for and things I absolutely love about this car. Now, one of my favourite things about the E89 Z4, and still to this day, after 2 years of having this car, living this car every single day, is the way it looks. I think this is one of the best looking BMWs ever made. I think it's one of the best looking cars out there on the market, and roof up, roof down, it looks absolutely incredible from any angle, especially the 19-inch wheels. In this black paint, black interior, it just looks so mean. And you know you love your car when every time you park, you just look back, I still get people looking at me and giving thumbs up. So to this day, 2 years later, this car is still turning heads, which is fantastic. So that's one of the best things I love about living with the Z4. And moving on to my other favourite point, especially right now, it's middle of summer, it's really hot, 30 degrees. So after work, you come back to your car. Normally you get in a car, you have to put the aircon on just to cool down because this car's got leather seats. But because of this special key and all convertibles, just press one button. So you're walking up to your car, you don't really want to face the heat, bam, the roof opens. You don't have to actually jump in the car where it's sweltering hot. Do it whilst we're walking to the car, and it also helps, especially when you've got a date you want to try and impress her, bam. So this is one of my favourite points. I've got to appreciate this little feature over the last 2 years. So I know most convertibles have this, but this is really, really handy on this. My only criticism is you can't actually put the roof up. So I've tried on many occasions pressing the lock button and it actually doesn't put the roof back up on the remote. So that's one of the little downsides, and I hope they fix it on the new Z4 because that would be very, very handy. So let's get on to the running costs. First and foremost, it cost me about £60 to £65 to fill up petrol. To replace the tyres, it will cost you from £150 to £212 each, depending on the manufacturer you go for, because these are the 19-inch wheels and these are 255 section. Servicing, I negotiated it when I bought the car, so I got free servicing. So make sure if you're getting one of these, negotiate that in your deal. This is something I actually regret. I wish I did it when I bought the car, is wrap the car in PPF, because this car is quite low and it's got a long bonnet. You do tend to find that it does pick up some stone chips, but for future, if I was going to buy this car again, if I was going to do this whole experience again, I would definitely invest in some front PPF, even just on the front lower bumper and half of the bonnet. One of my favourite things about this car is the way it sounds. Even though I've got a stock exhaust system on my car, it still sounds absolutely brilliant, and it still makes me laugh and giggle when I'm going out for a drive. So let me start it up and you can hear the pops and bangs, and sometimes high up in the rev range and you downshift, it actually gives a really loud bang. Yeah, let me start it up so you can hear more. So guys, that's one of my favourite aspects about this car. Yes, I am contemplating and maybe one day put an exhaust just to make those pops and bangs even louder, but for a stock system it sounds really good, especially for a 4-cylinder twin scroll turbocharged car. Another thing I've noticed over the last 2 years of ownership with my Z4 is, you see where the seat belt is? It does tend to wear the driver's seat. So because, and you can't help this is not something you can control unless you get a different holder or just find something, but I've noticed where, because obviously you pull the seatbelt up and down constantly every day, it wears the edge of the seat down. I'm not sure if that's visible, but that is something I'll probably need some colonisation. But apart from that, the leather on the subject of the interior is lasted really, really well. I'm so happy I went for black. I mean, some of my friends always said, why don't you go for the cream leather? It looks nice, black or cream. But in terms of wear and tear, I could show you my car and you think I've just picked it up today. Now, that's not me being big-headed. That's just because black wears really, really well. and it lasts, and I'm just really happy after 2 years that the condition of that interior is still looking really good. One of my favourite things over the last 2 years is how different my car looks compared to the rest of the BMW range. I mean, no offense to BMW, but I do tend to find that most of their cars tend to look very similar. And it's not just BMW, Mercedes as well. They've got the same design language, which is fair enough because they want the same brand identity across the range. But I just love the fact that my Z4 looks quite different compared to the rest of the lineup. It looks lower, sleeker. For example, here we've got a 2 Series, we've got a 1 Series, we've got a 5 Series old shape, another 5 Series, we've got the 3 Series old shape, a 2 Series convertible, 1 Series, new 3 Series, and over there you can tell there's a brand new 5 Series. But my car, I do tend to find looks quite unique. Seeing this car on the road and seeing some others over the road, they look really different and look really aggressive and mean. It's just a really nicely designed car, very elegant. Another thing I've made a note of is the cup holders. Now, I love the center armrest. It's really comfortable, especially when you're driving on a motorway. You can really rest and cruise, but the only issue is the cup holders are within the center armrest, so you can only have one or the other. So you open that up, that's where your cup holders are. So you put your cups in there, but I'm cruising on a motorway, I haven't really got anywhere to rest my arm. It's either in there or that's which is where my phone goes. So that's another observation I've made. Another point I would like to make, guys, is over the last years I've had this car, the steering wheel has actually held up really well. Obviously it's been cleaned a few times, but some wheels you can tell they get really shiny. I've had professional chronolizer just go over it, but it's actually held up really well because this is proper soft leather, so you got to be really careful when you brush it. You don't do it too hard, otherwise it scars the actual leather. It's really soft leather, and it's different to what the other leather BMW use. It's really nice. Again, I've always banged on about this, but I love the size of the steering wheel. This aluminium carbon fiber look still looks good. I don't even have any keys near it to avoid any scratches, but again, it's holding up really well. The leather's doing well, even the leather up there, because I know it gets quite hot. I've actually done 25,354 miles. I bought this car with 4,000 miles, so yes, she's still going strong. Whilst you're driving, you can put down the roof up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. So right now I'm doing 20 and the roof can go down. I always get paranoid though, because at this speed I worry if you hit a big bump, it will jolt the roof. So I always try and make sure I do it on a flat, steady surface. Here we go. And yes, guys, this is the big and most important reason why I've loved my Z4 for the last 2 years. It's just so much fun. Roof down, sun's out, gearbox in sport, car in sport plus. So much fun. Oh, amazing. And this is really the main reason why you should get one of these. These cars are mega fun to drive. The noise, the inputs, the feedback, the gearbox. It's just an absolute hoot to drive, and it's a BMW first and foremost. So everything is all about the driving experience. Yes! You can never get bored of that. Woo! I love this car, as you can tell. I love driving it. Every time I drive it, it puts a smile on my face. And yeah, the noises, the looks you get when you go past people. You know, I could rock up to dinner and still look good. I could go out with friends. You know, it's just the perfect all-round car for me. And I absolutely love it. And the best part about it is, once you're finished hooning about and being crazy, just put it back into normal mode, put the car back into comfort, and it settles down again. And it just chills out and you can just cruise. I've been averaging so far 24.5 miles per gallon. I love different gadgets in this car, so dimming mirrors, which are amazing when it gets dark. When you got someone glaring behind you, they just dim automatically. Again, it's just another little thing that just transforms your day-to-day experiences. This is the longest I've ever kept a car, over 2 years, and you can tell why. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Won't ramble on too much. Any questions, any content you want me to produce in the Z4, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.